What's up, everybody? Kyle here at Let's Talk Wax with my rankings for all prospects 23 and under in the month of April. Now, this ranking system is also referred to as my Juggernaut ranking system over on Patreon. It covers all players 23 and under, and it's a stats-based formula that I created that puts different weights on stats like weighted on base average, stolen bases per plate appearance, K percentage, swinging strike percentage, WRC plus, and age level. This is a little different from my Let's Talk Wax ranking system that is subjective and just based on my opinion. These are actual stats. It's an actual formula that I created, and like I said, it weighs the different stats you can see here on the left. Now, I also want to get into the idea that I do run a prospect hot sheet and these Juggernaut monthly series. Now, the prospect hot sheet series, that does entail the last 15 days, so every episode is only going over the last 15 days. With the Let's Talk Wax prospect rankings, aka my Juggernaut ranking system, it takes prospects throughout the entire year. They're cumulative stats that will continue to grow throughout the course of the 2024 minor league season. And like I said, over my Patreon page, I've got every prospect 23 under ranked and sorted by name and by rank. So if you have a couple guys that you'd like to collect and you want to check where they're at in the Juggernaut ranking system, you can go over there and find their name. Or if you just want to see who's in the top 100, you can do that as well. But we're going to jump into this episode. These are going to be the month for the month of April. It's going to be our top 10. There are going to be no honorable mentions. Like I said, there's probably about 700 guys on this ranking system right now because the DSL and Complex League haven't started. And like I said, I only filter 23 and under. There are some small sample sizes here. Definitely something I want to mention, the small sample sizes, because it's the beginning of the year. And people like Carter Jensen are probably not going to end up in the top 10, come like July. The rankings are going to change quite a bit. But we do have some studs on this list to start for sure. At number 10, we've got Jay Allen. He is a very athletic prospect drafted back in 2021. He was a multi-sport athlete, kind of raw coming into the 2021 draft. He's struggled tremendously over the last few years, but he's having a hot start to the 2024 season, hitting 386 with a 364 ISO. Like I said, these stats are inflated. Really hot start, great K numbers, 1-to-1 K to walk, or a 1 K to walk ratio. He's taking as many walks as he has strikeouts, 14.8 K percentage. So everything's looking really good. 5 homers, 5 stolen bases, and 54 plate appearances. So numbers are outstanding right now, but you can see in the career section that his numbers are a little low. He's got 239 career batting average and 133 career ISO, which is the lowest on this list. But definitely a guy to check out, Jay Allen. Cincinnati Reds, he's 21.4, a little old for high A, but off to a hot start. He was a guy that I liked out of that 2021 draft release as kind of maybe a sleeper. Like I said, I like the athleticism. He's just had a pretty raw deal. He's had some injuries, and his talent was raw as well. Like I said, being a multi-sport athlete. So maybe the learning curve is a little bigger for him. Maybe it's taking a little longer for him to figure things out, but he's doing a pretty good job to start the 2024 season so far. At number 9, we've got Carter Jensen, Kansas City Royals catcher, 20.8, playing in high A. He's had 105 plate appearances. He's hitting 329 with a 159 ISO. He's taking more walks than strikeouts, and he's got a sub 20 K percentage. So a lot of things going right for Carter Jensen right now. He hit 11 home runs in 2022 and in 2023. He's got 2 already on the year in high A in 2024 and 8 stolen bases. Now, much like Jay Allen, Carter Jensen's career numbers are not very swell. He's got a 232 career batting average, the lowest on this list, a 150 ISO, and a 22.7 K rate, which isn't bad, but like I said, throughout his career, not a whole lot of offensive production going on right there. At number 8, this is a name we're probably going to get very familiar with in this top 10 Juggernaut ranking system series, is Junior Caminero. The only thing that's going to keep him off this list is an MLB call-up, and you're going to see Jackson Holiday on here as well. I know he just got optioned down to AAA where he struggled in the majors for a while, but once we kind of get deeper into these rankings, I'm going to make a 150 plate appearance cutoff, so any prospect that has less than 150 plate appearances will not qualify. I've also got the entire 2023 finalized rankings on Patreon as well. If you guys want to check that out, you can kind of get a better understanding for how it works when you look at the 2023 numbers. But guys that get promoted usually don't spend that much time in the minor league, so like I said, Junior Caminero may not see 150 plate appearances in 2024. He may get promoted because he just got healthy. He missed a bunch of time with a quad injury. and he was recently activated, and now he's just stroking. I think he had like 4 or 5 hits in a game last week. So just doing what he normally does, has a 426, a smooth 426 ISO on the season so far, which is crazy. 6 home runs, lots of extra base hits, pretty solid K numbers. The K to walk ratio is a little high, but I mean, for a 426 ISO, who's going to complain about a little elevation in the K to walk rate? Average career numbers are exceptional as well. 317 batting average, 250 career ISO, and an 18.1 K percentage. So lots of stuff going really well for Junior Caminero. In the top 100, he is number 4. He's a Let's Talk Wax rank of elite. His cards are selling for around $230 right now, and they are out of 23 Bowman. So that release is turning into something pretty special with guys like him and Roman Anthony in it. At number 7, we've got Jacob Wilson out of Oakland. He's a shortstop, 22.1, drafted out of Grand Canyon University in the first round in the 2023 draft. He is a 74 plate appearance guy with a 414 batting average. He is second in batting average right now behind a guy that's going to be in our top 5. And if anybody can guess that in the comments, go ahead before we get to our top 5. We've got a few more hitters to cover before we get there. 257 ISO, which is very abnormal for Jacob Wilson. He's not known for much power, but he's already got 3 home runs in 74 plate appearances. I think that's more home runs than he hit in the entire season in 2020, last year prior to the draft. So 2024 season, he's shown a little bit of power. The only thing I see bad with Jacob Wilson is he's got 9 strikeouts and 1 walk right now. So it's a small sample size, but he is struggling to take some walks right now. But it hasn't affected his contact skills, which are absolutely elite. Now, he does have a small career sample size at 367 batting average, 189 ISO, 10.8 career K percentage. Like I said, the small sample sizes do kind of inflate the career numbers. So Jacob Wilson just on a tear right now. He's number 61 in the top 100, number 2 in my Let's Talk Wax ranking system. Remember, that's my subjective one that I kind of just evaluate what I see in players, and he's a $45 auto right now out of 2023 Bowman draft. The last we've got Jackson Holliday to round up this top, the first 5 at Baltimore Orioles. Shortstop, 20.4. I think unless you've been living under a rock for the last 2 years, you probably know who Jackson Holliday is. Like I said, he got called up about a month ago, maybe less. He had about 40 to 50 plate appearances. I think he only had 2 hits. He was batting sub 100, bunch of strikeouts. Just really struggled in his pro debut. I don't think it's the end of Jackson Holliday by any means. He was optioned back to AAA on 4/26, which I think was just a few days ago, depending on when I upload this video. But he was 2 for 36 with 18 punch-outs in his pro debut. 300 batting average in AAA. Between when he started in AAA out of spring training and when he's been back to AAA since being optioned back. That's why he's got kind of a 76 plate appearance sample size. 217 ISO, sub 1K rate. I mean, he's dominant in AAA. He's struggling a little bit right now to get back to where he was in AAA before the call-up, but there's probably a lot going on mentally with him, but I think he'll figure it out and eventually be probably a superstar player. 2 home runs, 1 stolen base. Career numbers are really excellent. He's the number 1 prospect in the top 100, still going to be in a rookie status going forward. He did not meet the threshold for breaking rookie limits with the big league club. Let's Talk Wax rank. He is elite. He's a $300 auto out of 2022 Bowman draft. Now, if you guys enjoy my content and you'd like to help support the channel, be sure to check out my Patreon page. I'll put a link to it in the video description. I have free and exclusive subscriber content over there, including Bowman Chrome autograph checklist breakdowns for every release since 2019, including the recent 2024 Bowman autograph checklist breakdown. I've got Bowman team break guides for every release since 2020, including the 2024 Bowman team break guide. I've got a top 150 Bowman Chrome autos list, a top 150 Bowman Chrome autos under $50 list, access to my Juggernaut ranking system that is archived for all 2023 players and has just been recently updated for all 2024 players. You get early access to my YouTube video info and Let's Talk Wax articles, plus much more. You can find all exclusive content organized in the collections tab on my homepage if you guys get confused over there. But I'll put a link to my Patreon page in the video description. I appreciate everyone who supports me already. At number 5, we've got Mike Bovey, Milwaukee Brewers, third baseman, 21.9. He is another contact guy, kind of like Jacob Wilson, with a little less juice, but maybe even a better hit and contact tool. He's got the highest batting average on this list at 432, a 176 ISO, he's mixing in some doubles in there, a sub 1 K to walk ratio. That means he is walking more than striking out, 15.7 K percentage, and like I said, 0 home runs. He's got no juice, but the contact tool is elite. The thing with him is he's got no base autos, so he is a bit expensive. His cards are out of 2023 Bowman Draft. Everybody's starting to kind of see how exceptional the hit tool is, so his cards are starting to jump a little bit. He's got no base autos, and they're around $50 for the base refractors. So he's a 2.5 on my Let's Talk Wax ranking. Not a whole lot of defensive upside. Doesn't have much speed, but the bat is pretty special. So he's getting a lot of reps at third base. He's played all of his gotten all of his defensive reps at third base so far. As in college, he did play a lot of first base. So his defensive ceiling seems to actually be increasing. I'm not sure what's going to happen at the major league level. He's been promoted to Double-A pretty quickly, and he's one of the hottest hitters in minor leagues right now. At number 4, we've got Carson Williams, Tampa Bay Rays shortstop prospect, 20.8 in Double-A, one of the younger players in Double-A right now. He is a big speed, power, and defensive ceiling player. The only thing going on with Williams, the only thing I'm a little afraid of is the K-to-walk ratio and the strikeouts throughout his career. The kid's got a lot of power. He's got a lot of speed. He's got a lot of defensive upside at short. He's hitting .358 with a .247 ISO. He's got a career .228 ISO and a career .263 batting average. So the offense plays. He's just got to be a little weary of the strikeouts. You can see he's got a 4.60 K-to-walk ratio, the second worst on this list, but he has reduced his career K percentage from 31.2 down to 26.4 in Double-A so far in 2024. He's got 4 homers and 7 stolen bases so far this year. He's number 18 in the top 100. He's a Let's Talk Wax rank of 1.5. He's probably one of my favorite prospects in the top 25. I just love players that are athletic, have high defensive upside, and speed power guys, especially guys that are young and playing in Double-A. So I can be a little forgiving of the K rates like now, especially since he's kind of lowered everything in 2024 based on his career numbers. He's a $75 Bowman Chrome Auto out of 2021 Bowman Draft, and I think I mentioned this in Prospect Hot Sheet that he does have some quality control issues with his first Chrome Auto. Like I said, I think he carried around in a duffel bag for a couple weeks before he signed him, but that's something we can't control. He's got 12 extra base hits in 2024 so far, and he should continue to do well. We might see him later. We may see him in July in the top 10. But like I said, I've got the top 100 and all the other prospects ranked on my Patreon page. You guys can kind of follow that over there. You guys that are members already, or if you want to check it out, you can join. Number 3, we've got Moises Ballesteros, and this was a guy that I did a sleeper prospect video on. I think his Bowman Chrome Autos were like $15 when 2023 Bowman released. He's a bad-bodied, low defensive ceiling player, but he's got a big hit power bat. The bat completely drives the car. A lot of people give him Alejandro Kirk comps because he's a big-bodied, not going to play anywhere but first base or catcher, but the bat's pretty big. He's hitting .289. He's 20.5, first of all, playing in Double-A, hitting .289 with a .230 ISO. Excellent K numbers, and his career numbers are pretty solid as well. You can see a .275 batting average with a .170 ISO. And a sub-20 K percentage, which is exceptional because he's kind of been pushed by the organization. So to keep those K rates that low, it's pretty impressive. But like I said, bad body, bad defensive upside. His bat's going to have to drive the car, so if he doesn't hit very, very well, he's going to be kind of a fringe iffy player. Let's talk wax rank of 2. He's a $20 auto out of 2023 Bowman. At number 2, we've got Davison De Los Santos. He should not be with Cleveland. I did make a mistake on here. He was selected by Cleveland in the Rule 5 draft. They did not add him to the 40-man roster, so he defaulted back to the Arizona Diamondbacks, which is where he is currently at. In Double-A, 20.8. He is a first baseman / third baseman, but he's playing a lot more first base. I think all of his defensive reps are actually between first base and DH, but it is my mistake on the Cleveland. He is with the Arizona Diamondbacks. 97 plate appearances, 382 batting average, 326 ISO. Crazy inflated numbers, I know, for the first month of the Juggernaut rankings, but these will start to, like I said, they'll start to even out and play out, and we'll see a lot of new names coming in every month. I'm going to keep this series going every month to kind of keep you guys informed of who are the best prospects coming out of 2024 season, because a lot of times it's not a top 5 guy. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's the guys that are like in the 50s, the 60s. They just kind of come up and have an explosive year, kind of like Manzardo did a few years ago out of nowhere. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble, so I'm going to keep going with Davison De Los Santos. 3.42 K-to-walk ratio. That's kind of always been his Achilles heel. He's a very aggressive bat. He doesn't take a lot of walks, but he keeps his K numbers in check. He's got a 24.7 K percentage in 2024 with a 26 career. He's got 8 jacks, the most on this list with 1 stolen base. Career numbers 291 batting average, 197 ISO. So he's really polishing in or turning into a big bat. I did a week, I think it was last year, get a lot of guys that were kind of comping him to a Miguel Sano, but we won't really know until he gets to the major league level, and he seems to be approaching it very rapidly. His cards are still $25, and they're out of 2023 Bowman Chrome. And yeah, I can confirm. I have my notes to the side here because sometimes I try to do this on the fly for you guys, so maybe it's a little more entertaining or a little less. You have to let me know in the comments, but I really don't like doing the scripted stuff. It just takes a lot of time for me to type it up, and then I jack up all the words, and I've got to spend 4 hours editing it. So I try to do it off the fly, but he has no defensive reps at third base in 2024, so he's definitely locked in probably at first base right now. It's going to bring us to number 1, and this guy is an absolute stud right now. I wouldn't say he struggled in 2023. He hit like 240, but he had so many doubles and triples and home runs. Like his offensive production was just wild, but he hit like 240 and he struck out at like a 30-plus rate, I think. But the production was there. Emmanuel Rodriguez, Minnesota Twins center fielder, superb athlete, 21.2 in Double-A. So he's doing it again this year, hitting 286 with a 375 ISO, it's a 1-to-1 K to walk ratio, but he's got 22 walks. So he is striking out at a high rate. He had a 22 walks, 22 strikeouts. That's what gave him the 1-to-1 K to walk ratio. And I think that's what helped his weighted on base average, aside from the power and the extra base hits, is the 22 walks. So his approach is there. He's just got a little swing and miss. He is currently on the injured list right now. He had a hand injury, and he's going to be active. He was on the injured list, is why he has a few missing plate appearances. He was activated on 4/24, but he activated yesterday, which is going to be 5/1, May 1st. Depending on when you watch this video. So he is active currently, 4 homers, 9 stolen bases. Hopefully that injury did not kind of deter his little hot streak that he had going on. And you can see here, like I talked about last year with the ISO, it's his career ISO is 263, and it's just way ahead of anybody else on this list. It's way ahead of Junior Caminero. It's way ahead of Carson Williams. It's pretty crazy to have a 263 career ISO. And still hit like he did 240 last year. So maybe the average will tick up a little bit, but I don't think anybody's going to be really concerned about the average when he's hitting a lot of doubles, a lot of triples, and a ton of home runs. I think he had 16 in 2022, but he's got 22 walks, 12 extra base hits just this year, 4 homers, 9 stolen bases. The K rate is up. Like I said, there is some swing and miss there, but I think it's pretty appropriate for his age level. It's something I don't think is going to go away. It's just going to matter how it plays out at the major league level. He is number 39 in the in the MLB.com top 100. I would look for him to even jump higher in their next update. He's a Let's Talk Wax rank of 2. His cards are $60 right now, and they are a 2021 Bowman Chrome. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this episode of Let's Talk Wax Prospect Rankings. I will be doing this video monthly. You can find my complete Let's Talk Wax Prospect Rankings over on my Patreon page. It ranks every player in the minor leagues 23 and under, and I have them sorted by rank, and I also have them sorted by name. So if you want to see who the top 500 players are, you can see that. And if you want to go find some guys that you're interested in, you can see where they stack up on the Let's Talk Wax Juggernaut ranking system as well. I also want to give a huge shout out to all my level 3 Patreon subscribers. You guys rock. If you enjoy this content, don't forget to subscribe, and y'all have fun ripping 2023 Bowman, which comes out on May 8th. Y'all have a great night.